Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Says we're live. I'm just
let's see. I can check your YouTube. Oh yeah, we're live.
awesome.
I see it on your YouTube. Yay.
Okay. Okay. So this is a much overdue,
Yes.
but have Kingdom of the Wicked, which we are going over.
Yes.
So this is this is like our end of the year book club because it spanned a few days. But this is such a good book to end on.
I agree.
If you guys read it, let us know down in the comments what you rated it. What did you end up rating it, Gabby?
A 4.5?
Yeah. See, and I was like debating what I think I'm gonna do 4, just because like I know the greatness of Carrie Maniscalco.
Yeah.
I hope you guys can see.
Yeah, I can see.
He's like all up in the book biz here. So, but it was so good. It was very reminiscent of Sarah J. Maas. I
Mhm.
wonder if that's like intentional or
Yeah, see,
similar.
and that's kind of why I docked it a little bit cuz I was like, "Oh, I've already seen this."
But it's also not like I don't know. Well, like first off, out of the gate, what did you think of the premise of it being about like the houses of uh, the deadly sins?
I really like that. I haven't read anything about that. So that was really unique. I really liked that plot. Um So, yeah, that was I liked the plot a lot. The plot I probably give like a 5 out of 5 stars because I thought it was really unique using the 7 deadly sins as like the princes of hell. I thought that was really cool. Um so, what did you think?
I really liked that aspect. I really liked. I don't know if all editions had this, but definitely the Barnes Noble exclusive had it, where it's like the inside, and I love being able to see all of the different houses
That's
in here.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like in awe of it,
Mhm.
and all of the different houses in the gates of hell, and the Black River.
Yeah.
I really I thought the it was very unique in the premise about it. I don't really see too much being done. I liked the twist on other supernatural creatures being in it. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was just going to be about demons and
Which is
magic. Yeah, but
yeah.
I'm like, oh, that totally makes sense for why we like it would be mixed in. Like, there's a line in the book that was like, uh, being a witch, I really shouldn't. I really need to stop questioning the like validity of other supernaturals, and I was like, ah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
And I really liked the premise. I really liked the different demons. I'm very interested in finishing, like going to the next book. Like I want the next book now because I want the uh, demons to be fleshed out more.
I agree.
Because it was very like this is definitely first book with like trying to introduce, but I appreciate that it didn't feel
Mhm.
like there was info dumping happening.
Yeah, it wasn't a slow book either. There was like always stuff happening. So I
Yes.
really liked that as well. I liked that it wasn't like you said, there's only so much world building and so much like tying together that you can do in the first book.
Yeah. So it should be interesting to see where the second book takes this, and especially like it's going to be in the uh, new setting.
Yeah.
Well, if you haven't read it, like you should not be in a live show because this is
No.
a live show.
Yes.
But I'm so excited for them to be in hell, and like I think that's going to be
really cool.
We've got such a good lead up of like events I think coming that it's just going to keep building. I'm
Mhm.
so ready for that, and I'm glad that it look this came out in October, and I'm just now finishing it today. So this is technically my first book of 2021. And I'm glad that I don't have to wait like a full year because usually she puts it out in the fall. So at least I only have to wait like a little bit.
10 months versus 12. Yeah. I wonder, it's Kingdom of the Crest, I think is the second one. That's what it's called.
What?
No. Nope.
What's it called?
Totally off tangent.
What's it called?
That was Kingdom of the Crest. Kingdom of the Cursed, I'm sorry, is the second one.
Oh, yeah. Can you guys explain to me what the? I must have like missed that part of it of Wrath's connection in with the twins. What was his like ulterior motive that they were kept referring to?
Wait, I'm sorry, what? Repeat that?
What was Wrath's ulterior motive to helping her? It was like the last soul needs to be.
See, I'm so confused. I'm really confused by that. I was kind of confused with the ending too because he came back and he didn't seem like himself, and like I don't know why he was trying to stop them. Like I'm not sure. And then yeah, I don't know. That was one of the things that I was confused about.
So I was trying to figure out like why was he? I may have to go back and re-listen to that part because it was at the end.
Yeah.
I don't remember what his ulterior. I just like everything happened, and then all of a sudden, she like is not trusting him because there was an ulterior motive, but she also already knew that there was an ulterior motive.
Yeah.
I did like the marriage twist. I wasn't quite expecting that.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I really like that as well.
But they definitely like took the whole marriage tattoo thing.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, and then also the very, very like last line of the book is very much like ACOMAF. You know, like they're letting a queen into, you know, for revenge, and I was just like, "Oh my god." Like it's yeah, essentially like both of those like sentences were very similar. About like
out of Akatar or ACOMAF.
ACOMAF. Cuz that's when she goes back.
Yeah.
But she's really the queen. Yeah. Sorry, I don't want to say too much without spoilers because we're not talking about ACOMAF because that's the end of it. But oh shit.
It's still big.
Yeah, that's true. Aaron, really quick to answer your question. I was actually due December 3rd, so that's why we kind of pushed the live show a little bit further back in December because we've been busy.
Yes.
That's why I haven't been filming or anything. But my New Year's resolution for 2021 is to start filming again. Hopefully, I'll start feeling better now that I'm not pregnant anymore, and hopefully, like newborn stage will get a little bit easier.
Yeah. And you like have some time to read and things too.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like this is the first book that I've read. I mean, honestly, I could have read in November, but I was just miserable.
Yeah. You had other things going on.
I was so miserable. Like 9 months pregnant. All I wanted to do was like binge watch Netflix. But I definitely have motivation to read now again. So, and I'm happy. Like this is a good book to kind of start back on that.
Yes, great to kick off the year.
Yeah. Let's see. I wrote some like comments down too. I was a little disappointed with kind of her like she so one of the biggest things that we really liked in Stalking Jack the Ripper series is that there was a lot of progressiveness in her books, that even though it was set in like historical fiction, she brought a lot of important issues to life. Um, and I feel like we didn't get as much of that in this book. It seems a little more lighthearted.
Yeah, well, I don't know necessarily lighthearted because there's
Yeah,
death,
that's true.
but
That's true.
I was like looking for that too, so I was a little disappointed. There was one moment in here that I was like, oh, like, well, that's progressive for this, but also if you notice, they don't have to say anything about time periods, do they?
Yeah, it's set in the 1800s.
Is it?
I'm
Because
pretty sure.
I was trying to look and because it's like we were trying to figure that out while we were reading along, and it like talks about like the monastery and things like that, and people uh, being promiscuous, and but it didn't. I couldn't find where it actually said like the year.
I think it's the 1800s. In Italy, Sicily, Italy. Um, I'm pretty. I remember looking it up, and I remember thinking about it because like some of the things like they say like cotton dresses and just like some of the things they
It definitely
reference to.
felt like more historical.
Yeah, because there's no phones. They use candles. Um, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
and everything is like chapter one just says 10 years later.
Yeah,
It doesn't say like the year
I think it's the
before.
late 1800s. I'm pretty positive.
But I did like that. Even though it was more like historical setting type,
Hmm.
uh, when the note came for her at her house and her mom gave her the note, she was like, "Imagine what your dad would have said." But then she
Yeah,
also like changed her tune and was like, "You can love and be with whoever you want, but just be careful." And I was
yeah,
just like, I do appreciate that like the mom was being like a little open minded about that because like
yeah,
that's a pretty big span of being like whoever you want, you know.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
That was like the closest thing to progressive in this book.
It was. And then yeah, and there weren't that like many quotes that you're just like, "Oh my gosh, I need to highlight" kind of thing. There was one that I really really liked towards the end. Let's see. I clipped it. Um around like chapter 36, and it's Wrath and Elena talking, Amelia, wow, Amelia. And he says how power isn't necessarily good or bad, it's intent. And I was like, that's really, I like that. I liked that.
Yeah. What did you think about the romance? Did you ship it? Like
Yeah, I liked it. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, I need it.
full of
But
pearls.
yeah, it wasn't Audrey Rose and Thomas Cresswell, but it wasn't like I don't not ship it.
Yeah, I think it definitely needed a little more development, and it felt a little bit
Yeah, I think
like
that's
predictable.
yeah, I think that's probably why I'm like about it, like in the middle, because we didn't get it's kind of a slow burn romance, but I feel like we didn't get that much development with the romance.
Yeah, and I think like, would you prefer it not to be in there at all?
No, I liked it. I mean, I assumed it's YA and you read the summary, so it's kind of like obviously.
Yeah.
So,
Were you surprised that she went to House of Pride?
no, I actually was not surprised with the ending. Like, I knew who the murderer was. Like, I thought it was pretty obvious. And I figured, I was like, oh, she's gonna go like marry the devil or something so that she can like get into the um
No.
inside. She can be on the inside and like cause destruction, and she's gonna like learn her black magic and stuff. So
So you think she's gonna go full on bad?
I think she's gonna be like badass. I'm hoping she turns into, because right now she's more like, I don't know. I was reading a lot of reviews on this book, and a lot of people were saying how Amelia was really annoying. I actually thought she was fairly. Um, I put something on there. What did I say? I said I like her determination. I'm like, do you think she's brave or is she impulsive?
No, I think she's definitely brave versus impulsive
Yeah,
because she
I.
had to like. I mean, she definitely was operating on her emotions
Mhm.
for a good part of it, but I still think that makes her brave. I don't think that's necessarily impulsive. That's just
Right.
her feelings were her driving force.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
'Cause she's still grieving because it's like a month after her sister was killed.
Plus, can you imagine? It's not even just your sister; it's your twin. So you're like
Yeah.
looking at someone who looks exactly like you, dead with their heart carved out. Like,
Yeah.
how does that not traumatize you?
Yeah. I know, right? Did it ever explain why he did that?
He
Why
did.
he took the hearts?
I don't think he did. I think one of the demons took the hearts, didn't they? Because he was like, "What are you talking about with the hearts?"
Mm, okay. See, I need to go back. I feel like it was kind of rushed towards the end, and I feel like I missed a lot.
I'm pretty well. I definitely remember the conversation where he's like, "What are you talking about?" Because she's like, "Why the hearts?" Because she asked that and had that conversation. But I'm pretty sure there was other forces working behind it that he didn't
Yeah.
just do that. I did not expect him to be the murderer.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't shock me because they kind of laid that footing when they first met Wrath and him.
Yeah.
That he was like not. He's like, why are you insisting it's one of the demons? Like when there's humans out here who like he basically was like, yeah, you should look at him. Like
Yeah.
it was very like obviously planted
Yeah.
back like when they first met. So it doesn't surprise me, but I wasn't calling it off the bat. Like I was still guessing after that part. I kept like I think I always look for the plot twist and that throws me off the obvious sense. And that's why I can still enjoy YA novels is because I don't go for the obvious because I'm like, that's too obvious.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what a twist when like the grandma came back and was like, came back and she like did that badass stuff and like
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was
oh my
good.
god, what if she killed the twin because
That
she's
was
trying to
good.
get the horns? I was like, I was fully convinced that like she was evil all of a sudden because she was hiding how powerful she was, and I was like, what? That would have been a twist.
Yeah,
I,
I
I
think that
also
would have been better.
was like, what if Wrath is lying this whole time and he is pretending to be a different god, but he is like he's not actually Wrath, but he's claiming he's Wrath. So like every vow that he takes, he said like I as Wrath or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, but those vows mean nothing if he's not actually Wrath. I was like, that would have been another twist we could have like really subverted the expectations there.
Yeah. Yeah.
See,
I
my mind is like way too far out there to try to like guess things because I'm like, no, it can't be that like that can't be that easy. Like it has
yeah.
to be
Well, I figured because he was just like so random of a character. Like we saw him like twice, and I don't know. I just had a feeling.
I don't. Well, so he was really one of the only side characters besides all of the demons, and I thought it was. I kind of suspected that it was going to be that sister killed because she was the like adventurous one,
Mm.
but my partner was we were reading it together and he was like, "What?" He was not expecting that. So I wasn't surprised by that, but I can see like how that could have taken a turn because like the timid one
Mhm.
now has to be the adventurous one. So I thought like they were bringing him around to like that be her coax of like getting her out into the world because that was the only thing that really gave her personality besides when she was at home with like cooking.
Yeah.
Also, I really liked that aspect of it.
The cooking, I loved it. And I feel like they were, I mean, I'm not Italian, uh, but from a lot of the cooking shows that I've watched, I feel like I liked the details that she put in with like all the food.
Yes. Well, and she is Italian,
Oh,
so
awesome.
I feel like it's authentic.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was
um,
great. So back to like who it could have been. I was kind of hoping it was like Claudia, the best friend. See, that would have been a really good one too, right?
yeah, but
Because she's the only one that does black magic.
again, that's too obvious.
You,
Yeah, because then it's like
oh, I would have been totally surprised.
the only one to do black magic is like,
Oh, I
like
guess.
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
I would have been totally surprised. So I guess it just, I mean,
I also don't think that she was developed enough to be
that's
able,
true.
like, she wasn't front and center enough to be like the big bad.
See, and that's what I felt about Antonio too. Like we saw him like 2 scenes.
Yeah, but like it was like one on one with the main characters. Like we heard of
Yeah.
Claudia,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
but we didn't really have a ton of one on one scenes with her until the
Hmm.
like scrying scene.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, her predictions of her saying like, "You've already been marked, you've been chosen, protect your heart," type of thing. And I was like, "Is that because you're gonna get it clawed out, or because you already love Wrath?"
I
Like,
was like, is it figurative or literal?
yeah.
Literal. Yeah.
I don't think that Wrath has like he has attachments, but I don't feel any passion or any like attraction.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I want to ship it, but I don't fully.
Well, it's hard because it's in first person, so we don't really get as much.
But even from her, like we get that
Yeah.
one scene when they were at Lust's dance party,
Yeah. Yeah.
but like not a ton of scenes where I like believed that they like had that like undeniable connection type of thing.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
was just like I want to ship it, but I don't believe it yet.
See, once again, it's totally Akamath or Akatar. The dance scene in Akatar.
Does that mean it's gonna switch?
That would be a good twist.
Right?
That would be awesome.
But we've
I'd,
already started off with the person who she's like tattooed with.
huh? I wouldn't mind that. That'd be interesting.
So who would you want her to like switch with?
Have we met them all?
We've met Lust,
Mhm.
Pride.
Mhm. Pride is the big bad, right?
Pride's the one that she's now married to.
Yeah, he's the big bad, right?
Uh,
Wrath?
and Wrath.
I-
Did we meet Gluttony?
No.
And we haven't met Sloth.
No.
So we haven't met all of them.
No. Yeah, envy, pride, wrath, lust. That's it. We've met only 4.
How did I not? Greed. Did you say Greed?
We did not meet greed.
Did we not? I thought Greed was at the gambling house.
I thought that was envy.
Now I'm getting confused.
We meet greed. I don't think we met greed. Uh,
Because greed, because they're talking about like they're greedy for attention, they're greedy for wealth, they're greedy for power, all in
maybe you're right. So we've met pride, wrath, lust, and I think you're right. Oh wait, where's envy? Envy and greed. So we have not met sloth and gluttony. I know that for a fact. Like I do remember we have not met sloth and gluttony yet.
when the vampire was coming out, I was like, oh, this is gluttony. Not like we were trying to figure out who this was, and then they said it was a vampire, and I liked that like subversive twist too.
Yeah.
So do you, so why do you think Pride is like the most evil out of all of them?
I thought maybe not, because I thought he's the one that's. Am I confused? I thought he was like the actual devil. I thought he's the one that's cursed. Am I is that not
Are
right?
they all cursed?
I think so. I thought it was just him.
Because but it's for Pride. Like Pride needs a wife, right? And that's what they were finding.
Yeah.
I should have taken notes.
I really thought he was like the main bad guy. Yeah, Pride, the real devil.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So does that mean the other ones aren't devils?
I don't know. It's so confusing. I was a little confused.
Or are they like lesser demons versus?
I don't think. I don't think so.
I'm gonna go back and read that, just like
Yeah.
last couple of chapters.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
which one do you think like is the most scary out of all of them?
I think it's Pride.
I mean, like for you personally,
Oh, what do you mean? Like,
like it's hard not to compare them to like the Greek gods.
yeah.
So like I was like constantly comparing Wrath to Ares, and like comparing like I would have expected more out of Wrath than
Yeah, he was very
Tame.
yes.
And like we never saw his like ferociousness. Like I liked that we got to see that like spark in her when she was near him, and see that like fire under her.
Mhm.
And I really like that development. I think like her becoming more badass and her like having more of that fire and
I
just
agree.
growing. And that's why like I wouldn't mind her being like turning bad
Yeah,
because I think that would give her a lot more flavor to the character.
I agree.
But I was expecting more of a personality out of him, and I felt like he was a bit like a wet noodle.
Yeah, and it's interesting because his name is Wrath, so I was expecting more like, oh, he's gonna,
Like
yeah,
that would have definitely made the romance so much more if
yeah,
that was that strong hate to love type
yeah,
of relationship. But he just kind of like, okay, I'll work with you, like
yeah.
I'll protect you, and it's like
I
what?
know. Yeah, even she was like, so you want nothing in return?
Yeah, yeah, but I know he's got like ulterior motives. But I was
Right.
expecting something more
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So like if I would have put bets on the tamest, just by like the house names, I would say like that should have been Pride and Wrath should have been Big Bad.
I agree. But I'm thinking Sloth is gonna be a really good one.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Like maybe really conniving, manipulative. Well, they're all manipulative, but
Like uh, political intrigue is going to be
yeah, I really hope we see a lot of that in the second book. That'd be really good. Like development of the houses.
yeah. Well, and I really think we're going to get to that because she's kind of playing dead right now, right? Like she's like giving in.
Yeah,
So, and I wonder how like they're going to have it's House or Kingdom of the Curses, right?
yeah,
They're going to break that curse.
yeah. Oh, interesting. Wait, are they actually married or she just sold her soul?
She sold her soul
Right.
to that house, so she's a part of that house.
So essentially, okay, it's like their way of like marriage kind of thing.
Yeah, because and like when before she agreed, she was like, "Oh, I don't have a crown," and so
But oh, okay. But I thought she was already like kind of promised to Wrath, so I'm curious, like, does her tattoo disappear? Like she never went back to the tattoo.
But she also, did she not break the tattoo? Because she, at one point, like, when she got pissed, she said, like, I free you from all obligations from me, because she was the one who actually put the marriage curse or, spell on him.
Yeah.
So I wonder
That's
if that's
true.
not broken. But the tattoo didn't disappear, right?
I don't think so. Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that the tattoo, like, we didn't get any information about that, the tattoo. Like, because I don't think his disappeared either.
So much development needs to happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, I get that this is the first book, but like, there's so much she can build off of this. I wonder how big this series is going to be.
I think it has the potential to be pretty large. Like just as if she does it well.
Large or like 4 books, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if it's like going to be like a full-blown series or a quartet or trilogy.
Yeah.
I wonder how big we're getting here.
So I don't know. That's a really great question. I think she could definitely expand it. It could be a really good series. It could be a really good series. But I don't know. I feel like going back, the beginning of a series, it's hard to explain everything, but I'm like, Stalking Jack the Ripper was so good, and Hunting Prince Dracula was so good that it's like she wrote 4 books before she wrote this one. And so I'm kind of like, I was expecting a little more. But once again, the premise was really cool. Like, because the other ones aren't fantasy. It's true historical fiction, but I loved her take on, Jack the Ripper and Dracula and all of that. It was just so freaking cool.
Her twist on known stories versus this is completely her own.
Yeah, this is fantasy and so but I have to stop like judging books based on their prior books.
It's hard though, because and I will say, like, there is a lot of inspiration from Sarah J. Maas, because we have like the wedding tattoo. We also have the different houses or the different courts, and like now we're going into another realm. Like, we went into the other realm for the other courts. Now, the second book, we're going to be expanding and learning about these different.
Yeah, and then the dance scene, and then it's it's different, but it's very similar, especially the tattoo thing, because like I've never read anything about, I don't know if that's a new thing, but like tattoos bond what?
Like a marriage tattoo.
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting.
I don't know, like, because it's like they don't own that idea, but it's hard to draw parallels.
Right, I know.
Do you think you would have drawn parallels to like the house, like Seven Deadly Sins with the houses? Would you would have connected that to the courts if there wasn't any tattoo? Do you think you would have drawn
Probably not. No, because there's a lot of books with things like that, with like different houses and different realms and different, because that's not new, like different opposing sides in like one realm, I guess.
Yeah.
Politics and stuff like that.
It'll be interesting how she grows this series.
Agree. One thing that I actually didn't like, that I was like, oh, we could have just done without it, the stupid YA trope, which I usually love, but the whole like prophecy and like her being the chosen one, I'm like, why couldn't it have just been that it was bad luck and her sister happened to be one of the, women that were, or witches, I guess, that were hunted, and then like everything just kind of expanded from there. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, why does there have to be a prophecy?
I kind of like it just because
you do?
It's tied in with the grandma. It's tied in with like the history and make them part of a bigger thing, not just themselves. And like, there's got to be a reason why the demon who was being controlled is now trying to protect her. You know what I mean? Like, what made them that special?
Interesting.
Because they didn't have that chemistry, so it's not like he fell in love with her. Like, there has to be something to make her special, and I think she needed that because she wasn't something. I don't want to say that she's something special, but I think she has the potential to become something special.
Fair.
This gave her like a leg up in that of like, why
Okay.
would an infernal demon be so interested in a witch who could kill you?
That's
You're
true.
like, I think they needed that like bigger thing, and I don't know. Like, I guess prophecies don't usually bother me too bad unless it's like they don't have to work for what they are,
Oh yeah,
and then it's like annoying.
that's true. Okay, did it ever specify who summoned him? Who summoned Wrath? No one, right? Because he can actually go into without being summoned.
Yeah.
That's right, because he's one of the princes.
So is that like, is he just part of the prince? Like, is he one of the princes, and then the like House Pride is the devil, not a prince? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's where I'm confused. Because I thought it was Pride that was looking for a wife to help break the curse.
Yeah.
But the whole curse they talk about is the curse on the devil.
Yeah, which is Pride.
Right. So I don't know. I was a little confused about that because I'm like, so does that make the other 6 insignificant? Not insignificant, but lesser.
Yeah, like what curses are on them.
Yeah, but I guess it kind of like if you think about like Greek mythology, you've got like Zeus, who's like the main ish, and then you've got his brothers Poseidon and I think Ares and Hades. I think they're brothers. No. Ares is the son of Zeus, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, Zeus is the main one, and then you've got Poseidon and Hades.
Yeah.
So, and so it's interesting.
I wonder. I don't know how they're going to introduce Gluttony and Sloth.
I know. I think it's gonna be really
Will
good.
their namesakes be their downfall? Like, are they? Can she trap them within their own greed? Can she trap them within their own
Pride.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be really cool to see. And we also need to get their real names.
Yes. Oh, that bothered me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, do you have any final thoughts on Kingdom of the Wicked?
No, I don't.
So I think that's tied up quite a bit. We will go ahead and be announcing later this week on what we're going to be doing for our Shelf Indulgence book club picks for the rest of the year.
2021. Hopefully it's a better year.
Yes. And don't forget to use like the hashtags and stuff. We'll go through and like your stuff if you want to talk about reading it. And then, of course, we'll let you guys know and set up direct dates now that we've come how to handle. I have my new job under my belt for a few months now, so we can kind of anticipate. We can tell you live shows ahead of time.
Yes.
And then just let me leave comments on this page. What would be the best times to do live shows and days, and that way we can kind of plan around you guys too, and let you guys know what's going to work. So
agreed.
And as always, tweet us with suggestions for what club picks that you want to do.
Yes.
We're trying to focus on newer ones. We may do some backlists if there's like a tricky backlist, but I think probably new ones is what we usually focus on. So
yeah. Yep.
Oh well, I guess I'm gonna say definitely Garrow. Definitely for February we have the new A Court of
Wait.
For Sarah J. Maas.
Which one is it? What's it called again?
It comes out in February. I don't remember the title.
Silver Flames.
Yes, Silver Flames. So that's obviously gonna be it, but I don't know what day it comes out. But that one is
Oh my gosh.
list.
Yes. Oh, it's from Nesta's point of view. Yes.
It's so good.
February 16th is when it comes out.
So let us know if you guys would be interested in doing that at the end of February. If that's going to give you enough time.
Or if we should do it for March.
Book. It's 648 pages.
No, is it really? I thought it was really short because I looked at the audiobook and it was like 6 hours long.
648 pages according to Goodreads.
Okay, so this is not a novella like Frost and Starlight. This is like a full-on book.
Series. Yeah, this is the first in the Nesta series.
Oh my gosh, this is so... but her temper isn't the only thing Cassian ignites.
Dude, you need to like go on Instagram for Sarah J. Maas. She was talking about how like not vanilla not Cassian Azrael is. And Azrael was like, oh, he's for sure Kiki, and I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh, I'm so there. I'm just gonna forget that Crescent City exists. And
it wasn't that bad, but like
it wasn't like
her level of
Oh
excellence.
no, definitely not. Oh, I'm so freaking excited. I think we should probably do it for March. 600.
It's such a big book.
Yeah.
So that will for sure be for March, but we'll stay tuned on all the upcoming releases, and we'll release our list of this week.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's usually pinned to my Twitter page, and we'll let you guys know.
Yes.
So, thank you all for watching, and don't forget to head over to Gabby's channel because we are about to be awards. So we'll probably do it in about 10 minutes. That way it's like on the dot, 5 o'clock. So
yeah.
Head over there, and we will see you in a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm excited. Bye.